Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin was born on October 7, 1952 in Leningrad, a city scarred by World War II and now known as St. Petersburg. His early life was modest. Putin was an only child, his parents having lost two other children before his birth. He grew up in a communal apartment, a common living arrangement in Soviet Russia. These formative years instilled in him a sense of resilience and ambition. Putin excelled in his studies, showing a particular aptitude for German. He attended Leningrad State University, graduating in 1975 with a degree in law. This academic background would prove crucial in his future career path. It laid the foundation for a career steeped in the intricacies of power and governance. However, Putin's ambitions extended beyond the courtroom. He was drawn to the world of intelligence, seeing it as a way to serve his country and navigate the complex realities of the Cold War. This ambition led him to the KGB, the Soviet Union's notorious security agency. After graduating, Putin joined the KGB, marking the beginning of a long and influential career in the world of espionage and international affairs. His time in the KGB would have a profound impact on his worldview and approach to leadership, shaping him into the figure he is today. The name Vladimir means ruler of the world, evoking powerful Russian leaders. Putin's name links him to Russia's historical and spiritual roots. He cultivates an image of strength and decisiveness. However, this has led to growing authoritarianism and a crackdown on dissent. Critics argue Putin's rule has overshadowed democratic values. Putin's early career in the KGB was marked by a blend of diligence and discretion. He rose through the ranks steadily, serving in various capacities, including a posting in Dresden, East Germany. His work there involved intelligence gathering and cultivating contacts. These were the waning days of the Cold War, a period of high tension and intrigue. Putin's experiences in East Germany would later inform his views on the West and its relationship with Russia. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the subsequent collapse of the Soviet Union had a profound impact on him. He witnessed firsthand the fragility of power and the rapid pace of geopolitical change. Returning to a Russia in turmoil, Putin transitioned from the shadows of intelligence into the world of politics. He joined the administration of Anatoly Sobchak, the reformist mayor of Leningrad. This marked a turning point in his career, providing him with valuable experience in local government and exposing him to the challenges of governing a city in transition. Sobchak recognized Putin's talents, appointing him as his deputy mayor. This position gave Putin a front-row seat to the complexities of governing a major city during a period of immense social and economic upheaval. He learned the art of political maneuvering, building relationships, and navigating the complexities of a rapidly changing society. Putin's rise through the ranks of the Leningrad administration did not go unnoticed. His competence and loyalty caught the eye of key figures in Moscow, including Boris Yeltsin, who had become the first president of the newly independent Russian Federation. Yeltsin, battling political and economic turmoil, saw in Putin a capable and trustworthy ally. In 1996, Putin was invited to Moscow to join the presidential administration. He quickly rose through the ranks, holding a series of increasingly important positions, demonstrating his ability to navigate the treacherous waters of Russian politics. His loyalty to Yeltsin and his ability to get things done earned him the trust of the president. In 1999, Yeltsin appointed Putin as prime minister, a move that would have far-reaching consequences. This appointment came as a surprise to many, as Putin was still relatively unknown to the Russian public. However, Yeltsin saw in Putin a successor who could consolidate power and provide stability for Russia. Yeltsin's instincts proved correct. Putin, with his KGB background and his experience in both local and national government, was uniquely positioned to take control of the country. On December 31, 1999, Yeltsin unexpectedly resigned, handing the reins of power to Putin, who became acting president. This marked the beginning of Putin's long reign over Russia. Section 5. The Rise of a Modern Russia. Putin inherited a Russia reeling from the Soviet Union's collapse. The economy was in shambles and corruption was rampant. Putin moved swiftly to consolidate power and restore order. He established control over resources and reined in oligarchs. Economic reforms stabilized the ruble and attracted investment. Rising oil prices led to unprecedented economic growth. Market liberalization and tax reform were key policies. Critics argued reforms benefited a select few. corruption and inequality persisted. However, Russia transformed into a major economic power. Stability and prosperity improved the standard of living. Russia regained its position on the world stage. Putin's focus on growth resonated with many Russians. They craved stability after the turmoil of the 1990s. Section 6. Maintaining control. Putin's consolidation of power involved more than just economic reforms. He moved swiftly to bring the media under state control, limiting independent reporting and shaping the narrative of his rule. He understood the power of propaganda and the importance of controlling the flow of information. He also cracked down on political opposition, silencing critics and consolidating his grip on power. Independent media outlets were harassed, intimidated, and in some cases, shut down. Journalists who dared to criticize the Kremlin faced censorship, legal prosecution, and even physical violence. Putin's relationship with the oligarchs who had amassed vast fortunes during the Yeltsin era was complex. He allowed some oligarchs to maintain their wealth and influence in exchange for their loyalty and support. Those who defied him, like Mikhail Khodorkovsky, faced the full force of the state, their businesses seized and their freedom curtailed. Putin's control over the levers of power in Russia is undeniable. He has created a system in which dissent is stifled, opposition is marginalized, and loyalty is paramount. This system has allowed him to maintain his grip on power for over 2 decades, but it has come at a cost to democratic values and human rights in Russia. Section 7. The Chechen Conflicts. The Chechen Wars, brutal and bloody conflicts, cast a long shadow over Putin's early presidency. Chechnya, a predominantly Muslim republic in the North Caucasus, had declared independence following the collapse of the Soviet Union. Putin, determined to prevent Chechnya's secession and the potential domino effect it could have on other restive regions, launched a full-scale military operation in 1999. The Second Chechen War, as it became known, was marked by brutality and human rights abuses on both sides. Russian forces were accused of indiscriminate bombing of civilian areas, while Chechen rebels were blamed for terrorist attacks on Russian soil. Putin's handling of the Chechen conflict was ruthless and effective. He crushed the Chechen resistance, installing a pro-Moscow government and bringing the republic back under Russian control. However, the victory came at a heavy price. Thousands of civilians were killed, and the conflict left a legacy of bitterness and resentment. The Chechen Wars were a defining moment in Putin's presidency. They showcased his determination to maintain Russia's territorial integrity at all costs, and his willingness to use brute force to achieve his goals. They also marked a turning point in his relationship with the West, which condemned Russia's actions in Chechnya. Section 8. Ukraine, a turning point. The year 2014 marked a significant escalation in tensions between Russia and the West. Russia's annexation of Crimea, following a referendum widely condemned as illegitimate by the international community, sent shockwaves through the region and beyond. Putin justified the annexation as a necessary step to protect the rights of ethnic Russians living in Crimea, who he claimed were under threat from the new Ukrainian government that had come to power after the Maidan Revolution. The annexation of Crimea was followed by Russia's support for separatists in eastern Ukraine, fueling a conflict that has claimed thousands of lives and displaced millions more. The West responded with sanctions against Russia, further isolating the country and exacerbating tensions. The conflict in Ukraine marked a turning point in Putin's relationship with the West. It shattered any remaining illusions of a post-Cold War partnership and ushered in a new era of confrontation and mistrust. Putin's actions in Ukraine were widely condemned as a violation of international law and a dangerous escalation of tensions in the region. Despite international condemnation and sanctions, Putin has shown no signs of backing down on Ukraine. He sees the conflict as a battle for Russia's sphere of influence and a defense against what he perceives as NATO's encroachment on Russia's borders. Section 9. The public face of power. Throughout his years in power, Putin has cultivated a carefully crafted public image. He has projected an image of strength, decisiveness, and masculinity, appealing to a deep-seated sense of nationalism and pride among many Russians. He is often portrayed as a man of action, whether he is riding bare-chested on horseback, engaging in judo matches, or flying with endangered cranes. These carefully choreographed public appearances are designed to reinforce his image as a virile and capable leader. Putin's rhetoric is often laced with anti-Western sentiment, portraying Russia as a besieged fortress defending itself against a hostile and decadent West. He has accused the West of hypocrisy, double standards, and a desire to weaken Russia. Despite growing international isolation and domestic challenges, Putin remains a popular figure in Russia. His approval ratings have remained consistently high, a testament to his ability to connect with the Russian people and his success in restoring Russia's status as a major power. However, the true extent of his popularity is difficult to gauge in a country where dissent is suppressed and the media is tightly controlled.